Okay, we're going to take a look at the story elements, the elements of fiction. And I want you to take note of the fact that we are looking at the elements of fiction. That's very important because these elements, they don't apply to everything that you're going to see written, every type of text. Like for informational text that we're going to discuss a little later, you're not going to have a plot, setting, character, and a theme. These are elements of fiction. And fiction is something that a person sits down and they write. It's like a story where it has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And we're going to look at these four elements of fiction. And I'm going to place a red dot on the four main elements. That's where we're going to start from. We're going to start with these four elements and then we're going to branch out. And by the time we finish with this review unit, you're going to be able to see these four elements and really explain them in depth. Okay? The first element that we're going to talk about right here is the characters. Now, characters can be people, animals, or creatures. And I'm going to say it again. Characters can be people, animals, or creatures. Okay? A character is anybody that's acting out in the story. And the most important characters are the ones that move the story along. They have a significant impact on the story. The next one we're going to be looking at is setting. What a setting is the time and the place that a story occurs. Um, when you're looking at the setting can mean so much because if you look at where something takes place, authors use setting to kind of develop that mood in the story. And we're going to get more in depth about each one of these elements. We're going to break them down and we're going to talk about them individually. Plot is what happens. And along with plot goes the plot sequence, where we start off at the bottom of the mountain and we work our way to the top and then we go back down to the bottom. That's plot. And last but not least is theme. Theme is the lesson or the message in the text. And we get the theme. The theme is developed by looking at the problem that the main character has. Think about how the character solved that problem and then transform that into a big idea about the real world. So we have characters, setting, plot, and theme. And these are the four basic literary elements that we're going to start with and we're going to branch out from here. What I want you to do now is you're going to take out your interactive notebook and you're going to insert your first page is going to be literary elements because you won't be able to comprehend any stories unless you understand these elements and how they work together as a whole. So you're going to take out your interactive notebook and we're going to work together and we're going to create our first page of notes together so that when you're in a text, you can go back and look at these elements and match up their meanings and their definitions. And you'll be able to use this throughout the year to help you as we read our novels. So, again, character, setting, plot, and theme are the four basic literary elements of fiction. And that's it. So, go ahead and take out your notebooks. And we're going to work together on that. Now, if you need to come back to this video at any time, throughout the year. Remember, it's on YouTube for you to use. If you get confused doing homework, you get confused doing read, you get confused during class time, you have access to the computer, you can always come back to these videos to help you throughout the learning process because this is what they're here for.